Hello, my name is Erin Boyce, and welcome to Event Planning 101, a video presentation aimed at helping you plan an event for your organization. We will begin by logging on to Agora, www.portal.bc.edu. When you arrive in the Student Home portal, you will want to click to the other tab entitled My Services. Once on this page, you will see the Common Services section in the right-hand portion of the page. Under this heading, you will find the Event Space Reservation System. If this is your first time accessing the Event Space Reservation System, you will need to register for the Space Request System. For this process, you need your organization's chart string. A chart string is an organization's identifying marker. It allows us to see who is requesting what space on behalf of which organization. It is also tied to your organization's budget. For our purposes, we will be using it for requesting space on campus. Once you complete the registration process, we can begin to start the room reservation request process. This screen will launch every time you click Event Space Reservation System from the Agora portal. For your event, it is important to know when you want to have it and the time you want to use the space. For our event, we will be hosting it on August 9th, 2013 from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. The number of attendees will dictate which spaces will be available to you. If you are holding a meeting for 50 plus students, your space might be limited. However, if you are looking for a medium-sized room to hold about 25 to 40 people, you should have several options. For our event, we are expecting about 35 people to show up. Under the space section, you can designate a specific room if you know you want to have your event in a specific location, or all, which will show all the rooms that meet the search criteria. If you want additional information on the rooms, click the Room Specifications link under the Space options. This will show you how many people the room can hold based upon the setup of the room. The booking calendar will display the availability of the rooms if you have a specific room in mind. Any color that is blocked off during a specific frame means that this space is not available. We will pick all to see what's out there. Lastly, the event type will be the last descriptor that the system uses to show what rooms are available. For our event, we want a meeting space. The space section will display all the rooms that meet the criteria for 35 attendees for a meeting on August 9th, 2013 from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Campion 231 seems like a good place to hold my meeting, so I will choose this room. By clicking Add Space at the bottom of the page, it will bring you to another page asking about the specific details of your event. Here is where we will collect basic event information. The event title and notes will let the space administrators know what event your organization is holding. You can add additional spaces to this request if it is something like a general meeting that happens frequently, rehearsals, or practices. The additional event information will ask about the specifics of your event. This allows for the Bureau of Conferences, or BOC, to see if they need to provide services for your organization's event. If no services are required, you can just fill in no for other services needed and hit Submit Request. When you complete this process, you will be brought to a page where you receive a booking confirmation. Note, this booking confirmation does not mean that you have secured the space. You will receive further messaging about your event at a later time. Be sure to write down the Room Reservation System Event ID. You will need this for your MyBC request. Next, you will need to log on to MyBC to submit an event request by going to www.bc.edu/mybc. You can then enter your credentials to log on. You are then going to want to go to your organization's page. To create an event, click the Events button on the left toolbar. When you are on the Events page, click the Create Event button in the upper right-hand corner. Now you want to fill in the event details for your event. This will be similar to the information you input on the event space reservation system. Designate the category of the event and whether this event will be one-time or reoccurring. For example, for your weekly meetings, you want to make this a reoccurring event. Next, you will want to fill in the date and time of the event, the location, as well as the description of the event that you will be having. Next, you will want to designate who can participate in your event. If your event can only hold a limited number of students or guests, you should limit the number of participants who are able to RSVP to the event. The visibility section will allow your event to be seen by certain groups. You have the option of making it visible to the entire BC community, your organization only, or selected groups within your organization. If this is an event for the BC community, we highly recommend checking the Request to Share on Community Calendar box. In the Advanced Options drop-down menu, you can attach a reflection piece, learning outcomes, pre-registration form, or post-event form. Once you have completed steps 1 through 4, you are going to hit Create an Event at the bottom of the page. On this new page, you're going to enter your EBMS event ID number, which was given to you when you submitted the room request on Agora. Then you want to select the event type by choosing from the drop-down selections provided. Just as you selected the services when you were requesting your space on EBMS, you now want to check the boxes listed for any services that you will need for your event. You will notice it is stated that any request for a service must be submitted at least 4 weeks prior to your event. You will also see that some services require an additional request form that must be filled out separately, and those links have been provided. For each service which you have checked, you must now provide a description of how and why this service will be needed at your event. If no services are needed, you may leave the Description of Services Needed section blank. At the bottom of the page, you will see that you can upload the flyer which you have created for this event as well. Once you have completed all the necessary components on this page, you can click Next in the bottom right-hand corner. On the event details, you can also click Next. Now all you have to do is hit the Finish button and your event will be submitted for approval to the Student Programs Office.